Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about the assumptions of linear regression. Now the assumptions of linear regression are basically the underlying characteristics of the data that we are working on, which we need to check for to make sure that the regression model is suitable for the data and the situation that we are working for. So there are four assumptions of linear regression, and these four are basically given here. If you see these, the first one talks about the linear relationship between x and y, and the other three are based on the distribution of error. So we had talked about error before, and error here basically refers to residual values, or in other words, the difference between yi and yi hat. So the difference in the actual and the predicted value. So let's try to understand these assumptions in detail, and more importantly also try to identify whenever a particular assumption is violated, because whenever any of these assumptions is violated, there are things that we can do to fix that in certain situations, and all of this is done to ensure that the linear regression model is suitable for the underlying data that we are working on. So let's first talk about the linearity assumption of x and y. So the linearity assumption basically, as the word linear suggests, what we're saying is that the assumption is that x and y have a linear relationship, or in other words, if you plot a scatter plot of y with any given value of x, you will get a approximately linear relationship, or in other words, a straight line is sufficient to explain the relationship between x and y, and this is the meaning of the assumption of linearity. Okay, the other assumptions are related to the distribution of the error terms, so let's try to understand that. Okay, now error, as I said, is the difference between the actual versus predicted. So what we say is errors are independent of each other, the errors follow normal distribution, and the errors have equal variance. So essentially what we're saying is that when we build a linear regression model and we look at the way the errors are, we are able to identify whether the errors are satisfying the three assumptions that I talked about. So let us go back to a visualization where I will see you how to spot these, and that's when you can understand these better as well. So this is basically the plot that you use to check for these assumptions, and this is called the residual plot. Now for all of these four plots, basically the x and the y axis are the same. So on the on the y axis you have the residual that is plotted. Okay, so it's the residual value on the y axis and the predicted value of y on the x axis. So this is the predicted value of y and this is the residual. How do we know that this is a residual? If you check, all of these visualizations kind of centered around the mean, that is a zero value of residual. Okay. So what we do is that we plot the residuals against the predicted value of y, and this plot can help us identify if any assumption is violated. Now, the distribution or the shape that we are really looking for is this, which is essentially no shape. Or in other words, we are looking for this random distribution. So whenever you see that data is randomly distributed on this plot, you say that no assumption is violated. And whenever there is any kind of a discernible pattern, then depending on how that pattern looks like, we can identify the assumption that is being violated. So let's look at the linearity assumption being violated. So whenever a particular x value is not linear with y, we will get the residuals to show this curvy linear plot. And this means that there is a column x which is not linearly related to y. And that is a situation where you can either transform the x variable to resolve this particular phenomena and then plot again, and then do your model again and then look at the residual plots to see if this curvy linear shape has been removed or not. Because remember, we are looking for this random distribution, but this is not random. It's clearly showing a curvy linear pattern. So this is a linearity assumption being violated. Now, when you see this funnel shaped distribution of error or residual, the equal variance is violated. That means that if you look at the variance in the error, it's increasing with increasing value of the predicted y, which means that the error term does not have equal variance. So the equal variance assumption is being violated. And then the other one, we check for the independence assumption being violated. So when you see the cyclical pattern, which is very rare, but when you see this, you can basically see that the errors are related to each other. Because when the error is low and the error is, sometimes we see that the error has less variance, and at other times error has a different variance, and the pattern repeats itself. So basically, this displays that the errors are autocorrelated with each other, and in other words, the errors are not independent. I do want to talk about a few more things before I end this particular video, and that is basically the importance of plotting your data. So I had talked about in the first session as well, where we said that visualization is not something that's good to do, but it is something which you must do. And this is an example, a famous example, where basically there are four data sets that are given to you, and when you plot the data set, only then you see that they are all really different. Otherwise, if you were to just blindly give it to any tool and build a regression model, the the regression line is pretty much the same. But when you plot it, then you see that the data set are wildly different from each other. Okay. And the other thing is, I want to talk about the impact of outliers and influential data on regression models. So what happens is, you see that in both of these situations, because there is a presence of an outlier in these situations, the regression line is very different versus if you remove this particular data point. And why is this not good, and why is it not desirable to have outliers? Because it makes our model very unstable. Or in other words, instability means that the moment you remove a single data point, the model completely changes. Okay. And that is it. That's something that is not a very desirable property of regression models. And hence, it is important to plot the data and also to identify outliers before starting our regression analysis.